With the NFL world still reacting to their blockbuster trade package involving star cornerback Jalen Ramsey, star safety Minkah Fitzpatrick, and starting tight end Jonnu Smith, the Pittsburgh Steelers already appear to be eyeing their next veteran target. Longtime Steelers beat reporter and insider Mark Kaboly reacted to the Ramsey trade on June 30th, and he hinted at Pittsburgh's next move within the post. With the departure of Fitzpatrick, who could easily have been called a cornerstone of the defense, there is a hole at safety alongside DeShon Elliott, Kaboly noted. Continuing, "Sure, Tomlin loves safety signing Juan Thornhill, but to think that General Manager Omar Khan isn't interested in adding to the safety position with a trade or in free agency, you are mistaken. There is no waiting around and seeing what happens with Khan," Kaboly said earlier. He and his staff scour the league for potential players they can add, and if it makes sense, they make the deal. He reminded that this is why you can't sit here today and think this is the complete roster that the Steelers will start the season with. Kaboly floats the names of available free agent safeties Justin Simmons and Jordan Whitehead as potential Steelers targets. After revealing his expectation that the Steelers will add a veteran safety in the coming weeks, Kaboly even floated two names: Justin Simmons and Jordan Whitehead, with the former being the big fish. Simmons is a former Pro Bowler, and considering he is still unemployed, he could be on Khan's shortlist, Kaboly stated. He also expressed that Ramsey is going to start, no matter what. "You don't get paid as much as him and think there's going to be any kind of platooning with Darius Slay or Joey Porter Jr., the reporter explained. With Ramsey able to play in the slot and safety, it makes this defense better. So, how do all these current and potential pieces fit into place?" NFL insider Josina Anderson shared an interesting note on that exact topic on June 30th. "One big implication of the Steelers trading Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Miami Dolphins is the hole it leaves in Pittsburgh's defensive backfield at his position," she reiterated. Continuing, "Look up their depth chart. My understanding is, unless the Steelers look to add another true free safety in addition to this big trade today, there's a real possibility that Pittsburgh will have to start 3 corners and 1 safety in regular personnel with 4 DBs, meaning they'd have to start CB Darius Slay, CB Jalen Ramsey, SS DeShon Elliott along with CB Joey Porter Jr., who I know is considered way too talented for their roster to take him off the field. If Simmons joins the party, too, it would create one of the more stacked and crowded secondaries in all of football. Justin Simmons would be a much better fit next to DeShon Elliott than Jordan Whitehead. Of the two names Kaboly gave, Simmons, albeit more expensive, would be the much better free safety fit. Whitehead's game is just far too similar to Elliott's to make sense, as both of the hard hitters thrive lining up inside the box or closer to the line of scrimmage. What the Steelers need is a deep coverage safety. Thornhill can play the role, but Simmons would be an immediate upgrade in this regard. At age 32 in November, Simmons is not quite as young as he used to be, but he's still one of the more aware and intelligent ball hawks in the game today. With 32 career interceptions since 2016 and 71 pass breakups. From the player's perspective, Simmons has also never made the postseason, so the Steelers could be the ideal fit, being that head coach Mike Tomlin is known for rarely missing the playoffs. Simmons suited up in 16 games for the Atlanta Falcons last year. He started 15 or more games in 6 of his past 7 campaigns playing for the Falcons and Denver Broncos. Aaron Rodgers is now going to be leading the Pittsburgh Steelers in the presumed final year of his NFL playing career. Rodgers spent the last 2 seasons with the Jets, though he only played in 2024 due to suffering a torn Achilles in the beginning of the 2023 season. With Rodgers now leading another team in the AFC, he had a good chance of meeting his former team in the regular season or potentially in the playoffs. That will certainly be the case, as the Steelers and Jets will face off in Week 1. The NFL should be proud for booking this revenge game for both the Jets and Steelers, as Rodgers will now be attempting to pass downfield against one of the best corners in the league, Sauce Gardner. Gardner spoke about Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show, not holding back about his feelings. Gardner was asked about his feelings toward facing Rodgers in Week 1. "Man, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a lot of emotions in that game. I don't care what people say about him. He's a phenomenal person. There's so much he has taught me as a player. Me playing cornerback, I am not thinking a quarterback can help me, you know? I'm looking forward to it cause he might think he knows all the tendencies I have, but this off-season has been me not trying to give everything away. The Steelers got some dogs, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. Gardner spoke at length about how he has transformed himself this offseason and is currently 200 pounds. Considering the work that he has put in to better himself, he sounds like he is plenty ready to take on Rodgers in Week 1. Gardner also referred to Rodgers as a wizard, but time will tell if the Jets' defense can stop Rodgers, DK Metcalf, Jonnu Smith, and more. Gardner is also in the final year of his rookie contract, as the Jets have exercised his fifth-year option. With the young star corner entering a contract year, he should be playing even harder than he has before. That is not to say that he has not played hard, but Gardner might have an even bigger breakout year to land a huge contract with the Jets. Gardner taking on Rodgers in Week 1 is just poetic. The Green Bay Packers could be among other NFL teams eyeing a potential trade to land Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker T.J. Watt, according to CBS Sports. Watt, a former Wisconsin Badger, has proven himself a formidable defensive force by racking up a whopping 108 career sacks since joining the Black and Gold in 2017. He also marked 331 solo career tackles with the team, which helped land him at number 11 on the NFL's top 100 player rankings for 2025. While the Steelers are reportedly intent on keeping the all-pro pass rusher on the squad, what has been noticeably absent from the team's mandatory June training camp amid stagnating contract negotiations. This situation led NFL insider Adam Schefter to report multiple teams have begun weighing options for a potential trade for Watt. The Steelers this offseason signed big names like quarterback Aaron Rodgers, wide receiver DK Metcalf, and cornerback Jalen Ramsey, proving the team is capable of locking down major talent. With opposing AFC North pass rushers like Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns raking in $40 million per year, Watt could be naming a high price for his next agreement. CBS Sports writer Cody Benjamin predicted Green Bay could make a suitable landing spot for Watt should the negotiations fall through. The Packers aren't necessarily in dire need of a pass rusher with Rashawn Gary headlining their group, but with Lucas Van Ness coming along slowly, why would they turn down a perennial All-Pro as they look to make a leap as a playoff contender? Benjamin asked. In the year 2025, when an ex-Packers great in Aaron Rodgers is trying to save Pittsburgh, this kind of a blockbuster swap would only be fitting. Seeing Watt return to play in his home state would likely make him an instant hit with Packer fans. Such a trade may also scratch an itch stemming back to the playing days of TJ's now-retired brother J.J. Watt, who had previously described the potential of playing for his favorite team as a fairy tale. The Packers also recently freed up cap space by releasing cornerback Jaire Alexander, meaning they could use those funds to offer Watt a deal to make him the highest-paid pass rusher in the league. Other teams potentially considering Watt include the Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, Washington Commanders, and Seattle Seahawks, Benjamin wrote.